going to go in with a really nice cat eye, beautiful like Siren makeup for Shania. Let's move your hair. So this is really, the focus is going to be all about the eyes. And let's go in some moisturiser. Take the excess. This will help calm the skin as well. To the chin area. So with this type of look, it's just about creating a natural base. I'm not going to put too much on initially because Shania just has such amazing skin, but also because I'm working with a slightly stronger look for the eye. It just gives me a little bit of time to really correct anything, so if there's any fall down. So tap that moisturiser in. Just putting a little bit of base, but not too much, because I'm going to just be able to go back in after. Same as underneath the eyes. I'll do the concealer once I've worked the eyes. here. Really blending that in. Okay. So I'm just working just a nice neutral base colour just on the lids. If you close it, tapping that on. And then just to create that sort of winged look, I'd like to get a little bit of tape. Okay, for me. Just really having a nice line. Look. Then if you open for me, Shania, have it and then close, then open again. Just going to take that just a little bit closer. Sometimes with these, just creating that sharpness there. Same as this side. Just does depend on your eye shape as well. Creating that. I also like just to put a little bit of, and make sure it's small enough. So just a little bit of tape here as well. So get just a sharp line when it comes to that area. You don't have to do this bit, but it's just something I like to do. Like so. Relax your eyes now and then close. So I'm going to start working a little bit of the liner in. And I'm going to go in with just a powder eyeshadow. Just working that along. I like working just along this area here. I tend to go in with a bit of a brown to start with. And then taking a smaller brush, slightly angled, just working that up way along. There's this side. Working that in. It's not going too thick in that middle area, but I really like to then buff that. So it's important that you've got most of that on the outer. So just go in, buff that out, just to create a little bit of shading. And then I like going in just with a pencil, if you close for me. Just working just the bulk of that just on the outer area of the eye. Working that up, just taking it from like the mid to the outer area. And then that's when I'll go in with a brush, just soften that out This smaller brush, soften the edges. Then I like to go in with a darker over the top of this. You can kind of see already it's creating. And then with a black, if you look up for me, just going to take this along the waterline. Because again, this is just that whole siren feel to it. Shania, that's not as soften it out. Just taking that far away. Along. So I'm going to wait for your just to it's my fault because of the tape. So the same on this side. Might go back in and do that again in a minute. Shania, so your eyes are a bit more farther. Let's go back in. So now going in with the black versus the brown, and then just focusing, if you close for me, and then just focusing this just over the top of that brown colour. Same on this side. And it's just all about layering that winged area. And again, just concentrating on that mid to that outer area there. And then I like to go in with a neutral now. So going in with more of a brown kind of shade. So I love these sort of neutral tones. Working that in. You close for me. Just working that a little bit here, just above. Sometimes I like just to go to this outer area here, softening that out. Same as this side. So just almost like layering it over the top a little bit there. I'll take this colour underneath in a minute. I want to add a little bit more to Shania's waterline area. And this is where I like working it into this area here, just creating. I think gels are really good as well to work in. That just gives me that guide there. Perfect. And close your eyes, Shania. Relax your eyes a bit. Let's go in. I'm not going with a gel for you because that will be a bit softer. So I'm going to go in with just over the top of that, just with a really lovely gel. Just a very, very fine. Just working that in. Just extending. Same as this side. In inner area. Just wait for that to dry off before Shania opens her eyes. Okay. And it just will elongate it, and I do like going over just a little bit here. Same as here. Filling that down. And then while Shania's got her eyes closed and it's drying, I'm going to add some foundation around here. A little bit there. I do like to really wipe the eyes once I've taken the tape off. I'm just going to make sure that both sides are even. So if you look at me, just going to add a little bit there. Blend that. Maybe open your eyes for me. Perfect. You can kind of see the start of that Royal Cat Eye. I'm going to tidy up just underneath. I can see here. So, and then this is where I'll just take the tape off, and then I'll just retouch those areas. I quite like working freehand. I don't work from tape that much, but for this sort of look you might find it easier. You can kind of see it just gives a sharper edge. Same here, it just will elongate. This is really, really soft tape as well, so, and then this is where I'll go in and just retouch underneath now. You can see this has gone up a little bit more, so I would just knock that out there completely, and I'll go in freehand in a second. Same as this bit, because I'm just a bit of a perfectionist. Just like it to look cleaner than that. And then this is where you can start adding a bit more underneath. Let's go in. Go in with concealer now, just under. And sort of blend that out. I'm going to start shading underneath in a minute with a bit of that same eyeshadow. And then I want to go in with extra liner, that waterline area. Just tap that in. And then just shading. Just underneath, so if you look up, so that really lovely brown, taking that underneath. Creating shading. You can always soften that out, but I quite like that looking a little bit stronger. Let's take a bit more here. Kind of adds to the look. I'm just going to go in a bit of freehand now. Taking a smaller brush, just going in and working a bit more freehand now, that area. Match it up to the other side. Don't need a great deal, but with that finer brush, just makes it look a little bit slicker. And this is where I go in with This really makes the difference with this sort of look as well. I'm just going to add, you look up for me, just add a little bit into that waterline area. Perfect. Just going to add this blend. Just going in, just blending. That liner, if you look up for me. And just add, that just adds a little bit extra there. And then I'm going to blend just a little bit of concealer. Just tapping with the brush. Same that side. Tapping. Okay. And then you could go in with some lashes. I'm just going to do another bit of mascara. Working. Scrolling. Same this side. Look straight ahead. Just going to add a touch to the bottom. Really concentrating the mascara on the outer edge and the outer corner. Wishing I had lashes on, that's probably what I would do. Okay. And then let's go in with a nice neutral for the cheeks. Just tapping this. In fact, I want to use a little bit of this colour just underneath the eyes as well. I'm going to pull it all the look together. Let's go with slightly softer. Just working. You look up for me. Just shading. I do like going over with creams. Just want to work. Just going with a lip liner. Keep it really neutral. Softening that out. And going with the same colour we used on the cheeks. And then going in with some powder. Just setting the place. Don't need too much. Just working those key areas. Okay. Ensure the brows pushed up. That's lovely. So that's a really beautiful Siren Cat Eye.